So without further ado, I'd like to introduce the 16th football coach of UC Davis football, head coach Ron Gould.
I stand before you very humble, gracious, and honored to be the head coach at one of the finest institutions in the country. I'm looking forward to leading the team into the new era, getting to know each player, and building a program that makes UC Davis community proud. My philosophy as a coach is to create an environment where each and every young man can optimize their potential in a classroom, in the community, and on the field. We achieve this together through trust, accountability, structure, discipline, and hard work.
For Ron, the game isn't over at the end of the fourth quarter. The game is over once the game of life is over, because he will be a teacher and an advocate for his students for the rest of their lives. Once I found out that, and there's testimony that runs rampant throughout this entire community about Ron and his vision and how he invests in students, I had to have it.
He's an advocate for the student athlete. He has so much passion. I think you kind of got a sense of that with his speech, but he's just very passionate about molding that overall person, not just the X's and O's part of it, but being involved in the community, being involved with grades, and being great on the field. So that was the biggest part for me, just making sure that he's on board with what the Aggie way is about, and he very much fits that mold. So I'm excited to see how it unfolds.
It's a blessing. I mean, I'm so glad to be here, just to support him. Just crazy, just thinking that Ron Gould is now a head coach. It's just crazy. I'm just so excited for him.
I've been in Cal for the last 16 years, so obviously you know me from my offensive days, running back, running game coordinator, and so forth. But I'm actually a defensive back, and so I coach with that same kind of mentality. And so my balance will be on both sides of the ball. Although my expertise as of late has been on the offensive side, I'll be actively involved. And the key for me is to bring in great people, great coaches, and allow those guys to do their jobs.
We have to have a person that that can follow in the footsteps of the great coaches that we've had here. I mean, you don't replace a gentleman like Jim Soker. You don't replace Bob Foster. And you don't replace the incomparable Bob Biggs. I needed to find a person who had those common traits, and I tried to figure out what was common about all three of those men, and if there was a common trait in Ron, and there is. Ron has the ability, just as all these other men, to invest fully to students.
He's a complete package. I mean, he's a great coach, great role model. He's definitely going to be a father figure to all the players, and that's what makes the players that I've experienced when I was at Cal. That's what made us all fall in love with him, because he was a father figure to all of us. So he's just a complete package. He's going to bring out the best, not only the best player, but the best person in each and every one of the students.
I will never compromise the academic excellence for a great player. We're going to maintain the standards that has been set, and we're going to follow those. So we feel that we're able to get great student athletes with great character, who has great character and great academics and great players to come in here and help lead us to where we want to go.
I had to have him from UC Davis because I felt as though UC Davis students deserve an exceptional coach of this nature.
Recruiting is the byproduct of who you are. And in recruiting, you got to be transparent, you got to be honest, and you got to be able to capture the hearts of young men. Okay? And what we're looking for is we're looking for high integrity kids, kids obviously great students, young men that are athletic, but is passionate about the game and passionate about growing not just on a football field, but in the classroom as well as the community.